guys, it's Sunday again. Weather's turning to crap. It hasn't been a very good weekend actually. I think we had a bit of dryness yesterday, Saturday. But it is cold, wet, grey and bloody miserable. It truly is. I've just been and picked up only a couple of bits of veg today, ready for a beef dinner. Feeding 4 again, like bloody Meals on Wheels I am. So yeah, I hope you've all had a good week and a good weekend. I've got a video exporting at home actually for this last week's release from Apple, the iPad Pro. You know, I said I was going to get one for the wife, and you know, it just fits for her. It's going to work for her. Definitely too big for me, seeing as how I already have a Mac. There's absolutely no reason for me to have anything like that. It is, when you've got it in your hands, you realise just how big it is. In fact, you know, the display practically matches my 13-inch MacBook Pro display. And a beautiful display it is too. It really is lovely, smashing display. It's just so bright and vivid. It's gorgeous. The main thing that my wife's going to be using for is like work-based stuff. That was the whole idea of. It meant we could dump her laptop. That's moving on, and her iPad will be moving on across the family as well. Her iPad Air first generation, which I've still got mine. I got it in the gold to match her phone, and then after asking her, she said, well, I might have gone for the grey. So I was like, oh shit, but she's happy with it. She's more than happy with it. We're waiting for a case actually. She immediately bought a cheap case. I'm not a lover of the Apple cases, and she won't be getting a keyboard. Possibly at a later date we might just get a small Bluetooth one, just for the odd thing, but she doesn't really use them. That was part of the bugbear of the laptop really. She was having to use it mainly for the work-based stuff, and then when I finally got her to put Microsoft on the iPad, the screen was a bit small for doing that sort of thing. So that was, you know, one of the reasons that we went with the iPad Pro. So, you know, it sort of killed two birds in one stone, so to speak. I mean, it's a lovely device. I've had one thing that we're not sort of happy about at the minute, and I don't know whether it's an iPad Pro thing. I need to ask some more iPad Pro owners actually. I was going to ask Adam, Mr. Tybox, see if he noticed anything about it. And all it is, it's the notification sounds. The speakers sound absolutely fantastic, you know, for listening to videos, stuff like that. It's loud. It's much richer, you know, which you expect. You know, it's got 4 speakers and it works in stereo. But the notification sounds are quiet. So if you're in an environment, say you had the TV on or something like that, and the iPad wasn't in line of sight, you wouldn't know you'd had a message or anything like that, because you just wouldn't hear it. So I had to play around in the settings. Now, call notifications, so say like for you know, the standard one they use for FaceTime, that is plenty loud enough. That's great. I've pratted on and managed to get that working perfectly fine. I was just sort of messing around in the settings and it just sort of started working better. But the notifications for like iMessage, email, you know, like your email swoosh for a sent mail and stuff like that, they're all very quiet. So not sure what's going on there. Hopefully it's just a software bug that'll get sorted out, and they'll do some kind of an update just for the iPad Pro that sorts that out. But I don't know whether it's maybe a hardware issue. I can't see it, but I'll see anyway. But other than that, absolutely great. Yeah, there's still software issues in so much as huge gaps between the icons. They could have easily put another line and another row in, which would make sense for that larger screen. The split screen is great. You've still got like the space of an iPad Air on there, on each sort of half of the display, which is brilliant. So yeah, she's absolutely thrilled to bits with it at the minute. It's really going to help with her work side of things for doing the timesheets for the carers and stuff. She's still sort of like pushing me for what I want for Christmas. I haven't got a bloody clue. I said nothing. She said, you're not getting nothing. But yeah, so that'll be up today. Easily by the time this is up, probably be up a bit earlier than this actually. I did quite a lot of video recording yesterday. I actually got loads of footage on the Mac at the minute that I've still got to pick through some bit, and I've got quite a lot more editing yet to do on more products and that, unboxings. There's a review for some earphones. I've still got a couple more that I need to do. I've still got about 3 reviews that I need to get done really. It's just getting the time for the footage. More than anything else. You know, editing, I can sort of sit down and do that in between tone. You know, when I'm sat there, sort of thing. It's easy, and sometimes it makes me think. You know, it just makes you think. I might as well just start recording everything on a mobile device like my phone, like the iPhone 6 Plus here, and just start doing it, you know, on the fly, like at work, you know, or something like that. I don't know. You know, because mobile devices are getting so much better now with the cameras. It would just make so much more sense sometimes to just sort of do everything on the fly. But yeah, so getting on quite well anyway. So this weather's horrible though. Friday, yeah, I was out delivering some filters and what have you on Friday in Hull. And I went to Hessel first, which is just sort of like, you know, just a bit west of Hull. It's still considered part of Hull really. And that area is always bad for the weather as you get round towards Hessel. And basically it's starting to pick up the rain now. But basically I started getting sleet and snow coming down. And then it turned to a bit of hail. And after I dropped off around the Hessel area, well, actually it was before I got to Hessel I dropped off, and then after I got into Hull where I had some more drops, it all cleared up, and in fact the sun came out. It was quite amazing really. But Hull, because it sits on the river, it is known for some rather strange weather patterns sometimes. I think there's one particular road, is it Heddon Road, runs alongside part of the river. And that has been known to be like a foot deep in snow and snow blizzards, and then literally walk around the corner and it'd be bone dry and sunshine. You know, it's just the way the sun sort of, you know, the low winter sun when it's shining down certain streets and what have you. But yeah, that's what it is known for in the past. So it has been strange. Anyway, I'm going to go in, guys. So, where was I? Oh, I can't remember. So yeah, my unboxing of the iPad Pro has gone live. Had a couple of comments on it already. Louis Robles said something about why is it looking so red, and I had a quick look and it does look a bit red. My face looks quite red. So maybe my blood pressure was up at the time, I don't know. No, it's more probably, I think it's probably something to do with white balance, and because it's on chroma background, and then you add your Kia, and my Kias have been, I don't know, the Kia's been acting up a little bit weird lately, so I'm not sure what that's about. So it's probably something to do with that, the blend of the Kia and the white balance software. So, but yeah, it's anyway, that's live now. It's been live about, I don't know, half an hour or something like that. Finally got my tea sorted. Oh, what a kerfuffle that was. You know, like you sort of get home, get your shopping emptied, and you look and you think, oh damn, a roast beef without Yorkshire puddings? No, definitely not. So I had to run off and get some eggs. So I just ran round the corner to the shop, got some eggs, and I thought, while I'm there, I thought, just in case, I'll get some more milk. Milk was alright, but, you know, it never hurts to have extra milk in, you know. I mean, they're like, it's like a commodity in it, is your milk. It's something you're always going to need. And then got back, so I sealed my beef, put it in the tray, went to get my foil out, not enough tin foil. So I went back to the shop and got my tin foil. So it's amazing, isn't it, how quickly everything running tickety-boo can just turn to shit. Very quick. So as you can imagine, the air was a bit blue. But anyway, it's all sorted now. Finally got my veg on. I'm all on par at the minute. It's probably going to be, you know, the usual sort of time, 5:30, 6 o'clock before I eat, sort of thing, something like that. So, but anyway, yes, I've got a load of other unboxings sort of on the go now. It's all a lot of editing work to do now, and I've run into a problem with one of them. I've got to do a little bit of tinkering and a bit of sleuth work online just to work things out with it. And got some really nice little earbuds from Syllable. That'll be over nothing, there's nobody here. Yeah, it's these ones. Really like them because they're like the holy grail of sort of, they're heading towards the holy grail of wireless listening because they're just a separate bud for each ear. And they're a strange little thing, because if you turn them both on, they both show up in your Bluetooth list. So you've got, product shows up twice. But what you're supposed to do is, if you do it like that, all you get is you're getting the sound from your phone played in each one. You don't get proper stereo sound. So it's, what you do is you pair one to your phone, and then you pair the other one to that one after you've paired it to your phone. So it's all a little bit odd, really. But once you run it, it's really quite cool. They're not a brilliant fit to the ear unless you have to be fairly brutal to put them in. But they do stay in quite well, actually. But you've got to be quite brutal putting them in, if that makes sense. You've got to give them a good shove, and they're fairly comfortable. So yeah, so far I'm really quite impressed with them, actually. Anyway, more about that. Like I say, the unboxing will be coming, and then might give my full review in a couple of weeks or so, like, you know. But yeah, I've got a few bits and pieces anyway, guys. It's just getting the time to edit it now, and I've still got to grab some more footage for another 2 or 3 videos, like sort of out and about, like, but obviously out and about's getting much tougher to do now, with the weather turning crappy and what have you, like, so, but still, I'll get there. I'll soldier on, as they say. As you can tell, I've had my ears lowered. That feels so much better. It was getting ridiculous. So that's been done. Would you believe I had a shave yesterday morning, I think it was? Good God. Soon comes through, doesn't it? That's it, as you get older, the hair up here, it all sort of like moves, and you sort of, it all moves around to your ear holes and your nose and your bloody face, and disappears from everywhere else, like, you know, your back and your chest, it all just gets hairier and hairier, and you know, your shoulders and your neck, and but your head just gets, you know, I've already got a bloody bald patch. I've been getting like this skin condition, I think, on my scalp as well. I don't know if I mentioned it, just been using the same shampoo all the time, but I came out of the shower the other week and it was like it was on fire. It's like somebody burnt my scalp. Absolutely red raw it was. Don't know what caused it. It's really bizarre. So I don't know if I'm having a reaction to my normal shampoo and have to change. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of in a reasonable mood today. I think it's probably because I got a bit of a load off by getting all that video work done yesterday, even though I had the granddaughter here as well. But she's sort of like, she's old enough to sort of like, you know, make her grandmother a cup of tea and get her whatever she needs at the minute. So, you know, it's, you know, that helps in a way. You know, it means that I don't have to be there constantly, as long as I'm in the house sort of thing. So yeah, that left me plenty of time to, you know, because I needed a good bit of time to sort of get all the footage done and what have you. So it's all imported, like it's all in on Final Cut. It's all just a matter of digging through it now and putting it all together and editing it. But you know, that's stuff I can sort of do on a night, or, you know, I'll probably get another one. I might get another one edited tonight, sort of thing. You know, that sort of thing. Render files are going to be horrendously huge, take up loads of bloody space. So, you know, once I've sort of like exported, uploaded, and saved a copy on my hard drive, on a 1 terabit hard drive, so that I keep separate, then I can sort of like go along and delete all the existing files then and get them out of the way. So, you know, and sort of free up some space on the hard drive. So, you know, as I go on, render speed slowly gets faster and faster because there's nothing in the way to slow the rendering down. Because yeah, that one did take some time rendering actually. It's, what is it, about 7 minutes long, something like that. It's a little bit longer than what I would normally do. It's about 7 minutes, I think, something like that. So, but yeah, and then of course there'll be this one will go up later, like, so that's all right. I thought something was boiling over then. Gonna have mash today. New potatoes are starting to, you know, they're past the end of the season now, they're starting to taste a bit crappy and they're all force grown and what have you. They're not as good, so starting to make mash now out of that sack of potatoes. So that's about halfway through now, so I'll have to go and get another sack. So anyway guys, it's how long have I ranted on now for? About 8.5 minutes on top of whatever the earlier bit was in the car. That's usually about 6 or 7 minutes as well, isn't it? So, but yeah, so work's sort of busy-ish, but we got let down a bit by our box supplier. So we've been like running around dropping off stuff that customers are happy to have loose, you know, because they're desperate to get on, sort of thing. So we're out of boxes and we sort of get let down, and I think we're getting them Tuesday now. What actually happened was, unbeknownst to us, they changed their email, but the other one was still up and running because we never got you know, a mailer demon or anything like that, or returned. So it's obviously still up and running, and they hadn't been monitoring it or put a redirect on or anything like that. So this was like about 4 weeks ago. So we've been sat waiting for these boxes to turn up, and eventually it was a case of like my brother rang him up and said, "Oh, what's going on?" And I said, "Well, we haven't had an order off you." So, you know, basically that's what it all came down to. So now we're sort of like, we've been without boxes for a few days now, and it's sort of like getting to sort of chaotic proportions where we've got all these finished jobs that are just stacked waiting to be boxed so we can send them out on the carrier. So, you know, that's been sort of fun, so, to say the least. So, but yeah, it's yeah, work hasn't been too bad otherwise. Did the work away, so there will be some more away. I've got all the northern ones to do, and I think we're doing Edinburgh as well this time round. So that's going to be a bit of a royal pain in the arse, to be honest, because it's only a smallish one, is Edinburgh, but if they won't accept whatever time we get there, and then incur extra costs of another night stay or something like that somewhere. I mean, I know there is a little B&B near the place that we can use, like, then it becomes awkward, and if they're going to insist on you doing it at a certain time, then they're going to have to pay some hellish costs on top, sort of thing, of either extra accommodation or extra fuel where we go and do them separately in a special room. So, you know, I mean, it's not even that big a place. It wouldn't hurt them to shut it down for half an hour so that nothing was hot, you know, and then we can get on and get it done, sort of thing. It's not a big one. So we'll have to see how that goes anyway. But anyway, veg is starting to come up to the boil, as you can hear. And my head's running out of stuff to say. So hopefully you all have a great week at work, school, whatever you do. Stay safe. You know, I mean, all this Paris malarkey is just... I was going to avoid saying anything about it, but my heart does go out to them. It's just gets me a bit dewy-eyed, this sort of thing, you know. As you get on in life, you start to get, I suppose, much more deeper about these sort of things. It's horrible for them, absolutely horrendous. You know, and when you think that could happen anywhere, you know, it just could. So stay safe, stay vigilant, guys, and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next week. Alright, cheers guys, see you.